Welcome to What's the Scenario with PLRB, where we explore claims and coverage scenarios relevant to insurance professionals. I'm Brendan McLaughlin, Education Counsel at PLRB, and today I'll be joined by Mike Brode, VP of Meetings and Education at PLRB. So, what's the scenario? A claims supervisor with plenty of adjusting experience is looking to open doors to new opportunities with a credential that will signal their advanced claims knowledge. They're also responsible for onboarding some new adjusters who are brand new to the field of insurance and need to get ready to handle claims. As PLRB members, they'll have access to the PACE Designation Program, which can equip participants with the skills and confidence needed to excel in key areas of claims handling. All right, Mike, we're going to head into something new, which is
What?
called the Dec Page.
Ooh, how exciting.
Yeah, I thought this would be a fun segment to start us off each
Yeah,
time.
I'm having fun already. Tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think of fun, you think of a Dec Page,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
But hey, when you start it break into a policy, Dec Page is one of the first things you check.
Here, here.
Um, and that's what we're gonna do here. We could talk about our guests and their experience. We could talk about people, places, and things, which you
Oh,
list on a Dec Page. Or we can just bring in some fun facts because Dec Pages are nothing if not a place for fun facts.
right. Deck pages and insurance have fun written all over them, Brendan. So I'm with you
Yeah.
1,000%. So do we have something
So,
to talk about today? Do you want to do people, place, thing?
well, we were just in a pretty fun place a couple weeks ago. This
We
is our
were.
first chance to chat online since then. We were in DC for the
Yes, we
first
were.
time in a little while for the claims conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Nation's capital, 3,000 plus folks running around learning all about insurance. There were deck pages aplenty running around inside that Gaylord National Conference Center. So yeah, we had a great time. Good weather, cherry blossoms in bloom. Your nation's capital. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I had never been to National Harbor before,
Oh,
so it's really cool to see. Yeah,
it is
a
an
really nice
interesting
area.
spot. Yeah, you're kind of away from DC itself, downtown, but yeah, lots of
Yeah.
nice little shops and restaurants. And yeah, it was. I enjoyed myself even after the conference, kind of hanging around and got some great food. So yeah, I didn't know we were doing like a tourist spot here, but yeah, if you're out looking as travel agents, if you're looking for a cool place, National Harbor, Washington, it's
Yeah.
Maryland actually, not DC itself. So Maryland, that's okay. And crab cakes galore, like Maryland is known for. So highly recommend. 2 thumbs up, Brennan.
Yeah. If we were gonna talk DC, Maryland, we should have had Tonda on.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, we also at the conference, Brian and Tonda actually had a huge announcement about the PACE program, and that's what we're going to be getting into today.
wow.
All right, so let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, so we just had this scenario where we had the this claims supervisor who's thinking about their own education and
Oh,
thinking about their team. And I mentioned the PACE program
yes.
as a potential solution or something to help there.
Could be, but help me out, Brendan, because I always bill myself as a simple man doing the best I can. You're talking about this strange thing called a PACE program. So could you help me understand exactly what is this here PACE program that you're speaking of? Hmm?
Absolutely. It's an acronym. It's not just
Oh,
a fun word to say, and it's kind of reminiscent of you're keeping the pace, you're setting the pace for the industry.
like it?
But it stands for PLRB,
Uh-huh.
so acronym within an acronym there.
Love it.
But it stands for PLRB Advanced Coverage Education.
Wow.
Um, yeah, absolutely. It's a comprehensive program. In order to complete it, you've really got to engage with every aspect of a claim, from intake to the nuances of coverage, the investigation process, evaluation, and getting to resolution.
Huh.
Um, so it really brings you through the whole process. Um, and it's broken up into a few different parts to kind of
Uh-huh.
reflect that. Um, we start off with the core,
Ah,
which is a great
core work,
tool.
yeah, is vital to
Yeah,
you got to build up that muscles in your core. So makes perfect sense.
exactly. Yeah, so we start you off with, we open it up and you've got to do a plank to start off first.
Good.
Right. It really
Smart.
walks you through, yeah, the
Right.
push-ups and the planks. That's the whole first lesson.
That makes sense.
Um, no, we start you off with, hey, what exactly is insurance? What's the history here? It's really designed to be accessible for folks who are coming in. They might not have a ton of knowledge of
Yeah.
insurance, and to get you into what are the terms that are used in the industry? What's the jargon? Words they might have seen around but not fully
Sure.
understood. Give them that baseline for it. And we'll dive into this a little more deeply. But the core is really designed to help people understand, hey, here's what a claim looks like from start to finish. Here's all these terms I may have heard about in the industry,
Like
and just
Dec
getting everybody
Page?
on the same
Huh?
page.
What do you think?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Dec
like Dec
Page.
Page. Uh-huh.
Yeah, go and take the core and then come back, and that first segment will make a lot more sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so then we'll head into different tracks. We'll head into talking about, just when developing the core, we tried to keep it something that anybody in the industry could find interesting and
Right.
accessible. But there's so much variety out there in the industry. And we want to respect that and honor that and really be able to dive into the specific issues that people are seeing. So we're starting out with property lines.
Okay.
So we're thinking residential property, thinking homeowners, and diving into the particular coverage issues, investigation issues, resolution strategies, and things that you're dealing with in personal lines arena. But down the line, we will have further options where can we're going to look into
Right.
commercial lines on the property side. We're going to look into CGL,
Yes. Casualty?
yes,
Yes.
casualty and auto. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So we've got some things coming down the line. And personal lines is going to be a great start.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. The next step of the program, again, heading into that, that variety, that aspect of everybody's situation is different. We've got some electives,
What do we
and
call that in the program? We don't
claims
call it electives.
intensives. That's
Claims
right.
intensive. It sounds intense. I love it.
Yes, and we're getting intense about the specific issues that you, as the person taking this course, this program, really care about. So you can see that the program starts out broad, narrows down to a specific track, starting out with property lines, and then lets you narrow even further into your specific specialties, and dive into what you need to know about.
Yeah.
We've collected a number of our best CE courses here for you to pick from. And we've also collected them into different buckets, just so we can
Okay.
make sure that, when you come out of this program, you will have looked at, for example, building codes and ethics and fraud and different topics like that.
Okay.
Um,
And there are some choices, right? So you have some that are kind of like you have to take these, and then you have a couple that you can pick one of three of these courses or two of five or whatever it is. But yeah, you'll have some choices of the ones that you take, so you can kind of set your own path through the
yes.
PLRB PACE program. Huh?
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
all right.
Each individual might have a different path
Oh,
through this course.
they can set their own
Yeah,
pace,
this
in other words.
program.
Huh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
set their own
I
pace.
like it. I like
Exactly.
it. All right. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, by the time you wrap that up, um, that's where the magic starts to happen. So
There's
if
more,
you're
you mean?
there's even more. Uh,
Wow.
if you're a PLRB member,
Uh-huh.
by this point, it's all been free and included with your membership. If you
Nice.
are an employee of a PLRB member company, you finish up your last claim intensive and you can get a certificate.
A certificate. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But that does not get you what you're really hoping for,
Right.
which
I want
is,
something more, Brennan. I demand more. How's that?
yeah, you want that acronym after your name. You
I
want it
do.
on your resume. You want it when you're sending emails. You want it in your signature.
Correct.
And that's where the designation final exam comes in.
Ooh,
That's our opportunity to make sure that when people see PACE out there on that signature, on social media, or wherever you're presenting yourself, that you know that that person's got the knowledge
right.
because not only have you been exposed to all of this, but we're assessing that you've learned it and absorbed it and can apply it. We're trying to, this exam is, not just about knowledge and checking your knowledge, but also checking that you're thinking about it and can apply what you know to specific situations.
I like
So
it.
trying to make it engaging to take as well. That's something too. If you're a PLRB member, you get that at a discount.
Oh, but there
So
is a
that's
price there,
fantastic.
huh?
Yes, there is a
Okay.
price there.
Makes sense.
It's a very reasonable price.
Excellent.
Yeah, you get the certificate, and then if you want to continue and wrap it up and get this PACE designation,
Show your
it's going to
true
be
expertise. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
exactly. And by the way, we mentioned we're breaking it up into tracks, starting with
Oh,
property lines,
then
and
what?
we're gonna have that reflected on your resume,
Okay.
so you can pick up multiple of these in the future. It'll be PACE P to start,
For
PACE
property.
hyphen P
Makes
for
sense.
property. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the structure of the program. Starting out with the core, and heading into getting more broad with different tracks, starting with this property lines. Then we're breaking up even further into these claims intensives, and then get a certificate, or you can continue on and get that designation, take that final exam, earn that
Okay.
designation. So yeah,
And to kind of, I don't know if this is wrapping up or not, but could I get into a little bit of, because we did, you might say, how did you create this thing? And yeah, did you guys, me and Brennan and the team, we just kind of played around in the weekends and came up with something. But no, Brennan, we actually went out and did focus group work with our members and said, hey, what are some things you would like to see? And some of the things we heard real quick were, hey, we got people that are like my age, elderly, and ready to kick the bucket at any time here. So you got to replace them maybe. So what do we do for all these newer folks that might be coming into the industry that don't know anything about insurance, and they know they pay a lot in premium, but that's it. So how do you train folks up on that? How do you get them? What's a claim? What's involved there? And then specifically line of business. So that's where it kind of came from. There was a lot of feedback from members that, yeah, we really need something for folks that are brand new in this industry, that coming over to this industry, that maybe don't know anything about claims. Maybe they had a customer facing job, but don't know anything about that. So that's kind of where the core is getting at. And then we also take them through the core. What is a claim? What are claims? What's involved there? And then you really dig into the line of business specific stuff. Then the other part in your scenario was, well, I'm a supervisor that I am extinguished and I've been in the business for years. What can I get out of this PACE program? And that's also, yeah, when you look at the line of business specific stuff, we're digging deep into coverage and a lot. You said nuances. I love that word nuances. There are nuances aplenty in the policy, property, personal, the homeowners policy. It's got a ton of good stuff to go through and lots of coverage scenarios. There's court cases that decided things this way or that way. It gets very intense and involved, which to me, anybody that's in insurance, regardless of how many years you've been, that's of interest. And then the intensives part. Yeah, this is intensive. So we're getting into things. It could be, hey, we need some people skilled things. That's important. But yeah, what about ethics? Like you said, fraud. There's some cool things that anybody of any experience level needs to know. So what I really like about the PACE program is it isn't just for new folks. I mean, that's a part of it. And even us grizzled veterans like myself, it's always good to go back and maybe remind yourself about it. Like the history of insurance, Brennan. We get into that stuff in there I didn't even know. And look how old I am. So there's something for everybody here. New folks starting out, yes. Folks that are a little more seasoned, yes. Even old grizzled veterans like myself, yes. The PACE program is for everybody, Brennan. I couldn't be more excited. Do I look excited? I'm excited.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yes.
it's incredibly exciting. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, we're building on the full knowledge and library of PLRB. We've got so many fantastic attorneys here who's been delving into coverage questions for so many years. We get to
Right.
tap into that knowledge. We're keeping it engaging. We've got videos, we've got interactivity, flashcards. There's a lot of fantastic stuff here to keep it interesting,
Right.
and yeah, just try to keep it accessible to and customizable to what each individual needs.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then, like you
Yeah.
said, yeah, we're starting out with personal lines with the property stuff. But yeah, eventually, I think this year we really want to then delve into the casualty side, like you said, and getting some GL stuff there, which is my favorite subject. And then auto as well. So we'll have all lines of business captured. And then part two, after we do that, is to get back to some of the commercial lines coverage. So commercial lines, property, commercial auto. Oh, going to be fabulous. Look at all the paces that you can get with all the cool little acronyms and initials afterwards. So that's coming soon, Brennan. It's exciting.
Yeah, yeah. We're very excited, and let's wrap up with some key takeaways.
Ooh, please.
So, what can we take away from this scenario?
Yeah.
First, the PACE program begins with a comprehensive on-ramp designed for folks who are just coming into the industry to help them get familiar with all the nuances of insurance and the different terms and jargon that's out there and the general shape of a claim. Second, we bring it into multiple tracks, starting off with the personal lines track, so you can specialize into what you're looking for. Finally, if you're a PLRB member, you can get that certificate included with your membership. Or for a discount, you can head over to the designation program, take that final exam, and get that PACE at the end of your name.
Wow.
All right, so where can an adjuster go to learn more? We'll head over to right now. We've got a little bit of a form you can fill out if you're interested in hearing more information about this, getting those updates. So I'll put that form up on the screen in the show notes. And in addition to sharing that link in the show notes, there you'll also find a recap of the key points from this episode and links to our social media. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us, and give us a call at 630-509-8704 and leave a
Right.
voicemail to share your adjuster story.
Please.
Yes, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
The views and opinions expressed in this resource are those of the individual speaker and not necessarily those of the Property and Liability Resource Bureau, its membership, or any organization with which the presenter is employed or affiliated. The information, ideas, and opinions are presented as information only and not as legal advice or offers of representation. Individual policy language and state laws vary, and listeners should rely on guidance from their companies and counsel as appropriate.